is a secret topic. Good versus bad. Situation in which we are in very often because of Aksa, because Mr. Hakan, because of you, we are into this situation very often. Good versus bad, right? And that is why I've chosen this topic. And because of our countries of origin, we are into this situation, right? We often say, as Pakistanis, we often say that our friendship with China, we have two very good friends in the world. One is China, and the other one is Turkey. These are the two countries which really love Pakistanis, right? And likewise, we also love them very much. Otherwise, we have got economic relationships with the business relationships with the other countries. It is more of commercial relationships. The heart-to-heart contact does not exist. So we often say that our friendship with China is loftier than Himalayas. Our friendship with China is deeper than the oceans. It is sweeter than the honey. It is stronger than the steel, right? Recently, we are about to land our first satellite onto the moon with Chinese collaboration, right? We fight our wars with Chinese JF Thunder aeroplanes. We build CPEC projects with them. We build atomic plants worth hundreds of megawatts with them, right? But we all know that China, since 2012, China is. I'm coming to Turkey also. We have some problems with Turkey also. Yeah, we don't only have problems with China. We have problems with Turkey also. So please be ready for those problems. So that is the subject of my good versus bad. Either this topic will put you to sleep or will make you wide open, your eyes wide open. So we all know as Pakistanis that China since 2012, China is the world's biggest exporter, right? It exports by and large exceed the exports of America, Germany, UK, France, all the Western countries, Japan, right? It exports more than to the tune of $3 trillion, right? And most of its exports, they go to the Western countries. Most of the biggest export market of China is probably USA itself. Japan, Germany, France, these are their biggest export markets, right? But somehow or the other in Pakistan, knowing everything, every bit about everything about China and deeper and loftier and honeyer and sweeter, all this. We in Pakistan, we put down China very badly, right? In our tenders, in our government tenders especially, there's a clause which says China is no good. We don't want the origin of the goods need not be Chinese. It is very clearly mentioned. And likewise, we face the same problem. It is not a good brand. So my topic is good versus bad. It is not good. The other one is good. The one coming from US is good. The one coming from UK is good. But coming from, we often go to China. We know they have the longest network of roads, right? They have the longest bridges. They have the fastest bullet trains. They have the loftiest buildings also over there, but we don't trust them, right? Although we don't do much of substance in Pakistan, but somehow or the other we deride, we cast aspersions, we talk negatively about the Chinese goods. This is a this has been happening since I started my career in 1982. It goes on even today also, and we treat Aqsa also. Unfortunately, we treat Turkish good also in the same vein, in the same manner. Uh, we recently won a tender about 2 years back of 1,650 gensets in a government organization. I don't know the name that government organization. And they said, we won the tender comfortably. And they said that, no, Turkey, no, Turkey. No, good. No good. Turkey is no good. We said Turkey makes exports of 20 times more than Pakistan. And no, we need products from of European origin, right? Europe is good. Turkey is not good, bad, just like China is bad. We told them Nadeem Sadiq has a brain which is always working, thinking of ideas more than mine. So he said, "Oh, our plant in Turkey is situated in the western side of Istanbul." So we told them, "Oh, our plant is on the western, is on the European side of. So please give us. You see the code, telephone code is the same as that of Europe, and because of Chinese guys. And unfortunately or fortunately for us, we are flying your flag for the last 20 years. And we are on the receiving end since the last 20 years. And when I started Aqsa in 2006, I went to a very big customer. I don't want to name that customer because I have some very good friends who know that customer, and they know them well. So I don't want to divulge the name of that customer. That customer said, the head of that company said, "Mr. Tariq, what are you doing? We wanted you to bring us. Why are you playing turkey worky? We don't turkey worky. We want UK." So this is what is the topic of this secret subject, good versus bad. We actually consider we have our own mindsets, right? We have nuclear power plants but we don't trust. We have 500 megawatt plants, but we don't trust China, Turkey for 1,000 kilowatt, 1 megawatt, 2 megawatts. So in this presentation, I want to tell you what really makes something good and what really makes something bad. Please go to the next slide. I think I have already used 2-3 minutes in my first because that was the opening. That I wanted to give the flavor of what I'm going to talk about. This is a actually this presentation consists of 2.5 stories. How many stories? 2.5 stories. Everybody will ask what is half story, but it is like that. It consists of 2.5 stories. This is a story from Philips Electrical Company. I was the person standing in front of you was a factory manager in Philips Lighting Factory. I was a factory manager in Philips Lighting Factory. It was a very difficult factory, very difficult factory. And I was having a debate with my director strategic manufacturing. Sir, you have given me Chinese components. You have given me parts from other than Holland. So how do you expect me to keep the efficiencies high? So that gentleman gave a classical answer. He made a very impactful statement about total quality management. Next slide, please. He said, quote, he said, be it a bulb factory, be it a bread factory, be it a bus factory, be it a Boeing factory, with your correct mindset, You can make bad good, you can make good better, and you can make better best in class, right? What do you have to do? He said, start talking to the parts. Just as you talk to your kids, your wife, your family, start talking to the parts. Start talking to the machine. Start talking to your plant. He made that statement, and that statement shook me. Uh, and go to the next slide. And I wrote this article. I wrote this article when I started ESL. I wrote this article. उर्दू से में लिखा हुआ है हालात में मुनसिब मेंटेनेंस पुर्जों से गुफ्तगू. So this is where the journey from bad to good starts. From bad product, nothing is bad, because all the factories. I was in Philips, and my tube light made in Philips factory, it won the award, the best tube light award in the whole world. So Pakistan can give you the best tube light. Pakistan can give you. So why can't AXA give you the best generator? Why can't China give you the best products, right? So I wrote this article. Next page, please. Then he continued. That the same gentleman, the director of strategic manufacturing, he was French. He said that there was a time when he was young. He said that there was a time when the job advertisements used to mention, and I still remember because I'm an old man, and I have even older men sitting over here. I don't want to point towards them, just to keep the secret. So he said that when he was young, I also remember that the job advertisement used to mention. They used to mention that incumbent should be able to pay attention to the details, right? This has changed over time. Now, the buzzword is that now we have grown up with a new mindset. It is critical versus clutter, and trivial versus vital. He said that if you want to make anything, if you want to change anything from bad to good, please focus on this, on the critical mass. This is not only restricted to manufacturing, to production of generators, or the production of Boeing planes, or to the production of buses. This is also relevant to your sales and marketing, your inventory, ABC method of inventory, right? Next slide, please. So he said that troops always follow the commanders. Next slide, please, because I'm hurrying it up. I had so much to say about this topic because this topic is very close to my heart. I often write blogs, and I've written 2 blogs on this. And my people, they don't have the habit of reading the blogs. So I found this opportunity, God-sent opportunity, to at least let them know also. So skip this slide because it will take a lot of time. But 1 minute, please go back. My colleague, my senior, Mr. Tanveer, he was the maintenance head of Fauji. Can you please raise your hand? He was a maintenance head of Fauji Fertilizer. He made me a presentation on this subject, a half-day presentation. It is worth listening. Those who want to again listen to it, they can contact us. You want to say something? Adisa? Next slide, please. Then I have completed story number 1. Story number 2. This is also a real-time story. There was a debate, classical debate going on between the engineering head of, because Nadeem has already mentioned the name of that company. I am also taking the courage to mention that company, International Container Terminal. They had a naval senior Commodore level technical director, right? And he was talking to my very conscientious, very responsible service manager, and he's sitting over here. Can you raise your hand? Can you raise your hand? Please raise it higher so everybody can see it. He said, Mr. Sajid, my engine has done 6,000 hours. Please make the top overall. Mr. Sajid said, no, I will not make the top overall. He said, why? Mr. Sajid said, I listen to the voice of your parts. I talk to your machines. And your machines are still not due for overall. But the manual says 6,000 hours. So leave a part manual. That is for extremely bad conditions, right? Your plant is running in good conditions and I'm watching the parameters of your plant. It does not warrant a top overall at this time. That person was overly overjoyed. He said, you are missing such a big chunk of business, but I'm very happy that you are so thoughtful and conscientious about our requirements. So Mr. Sajid delayed his overall for 3,000 hours. From 6,000 hours, it went to even 10,000 hours. There were 8 machines. Then the major overalls, they went from 12,000 hours, which is written in the book, right? They went to 20,000 hours, even beyond, right? So this is how good becomes better, bad becomes good, which is the topic of the next slide. Is the crux of what this article says. It says that the machine with equivalent components is built by factory A, B or C, OEM or non-OEM, because this is the biggest comment that we see. No, they are not, they are assemblers, they are couplers. So be it whatever be the factory A, B, C, whether it is built by OEM or it is built by non-OEM, whether it is built in China or whether it is built in USA, anywhere, if you are listening to the voice of the machines, if you are following the total quality management approaches, you will have a good product, right? The real test of the product is on the battleground. Next slide, please. Is it more challenging, or is overhauling an engine from after unboxing it, after removing all the parts, what is more challenging? They said, of course, overhauling is a KT50, which is 1 megawatt Cummins engine. It is more challenging because you have opened up the whole engine. Every bolt, every nut, every washer, everything has been taken apart, right? I said that you are doing overhauling day in and day out, and you are getting this job done from a technician who has come to the office after fighting with his wife in the morning. He's a different frame of mind, right? He's not using dovetail arrangements. He's not using Poka Yoke techniques. He's not using TQM. He's using his expertise. He's using his knowledge. He's in what kind of mood he is in. And he's doing a fine job, and he does a job. I'd often say that my people in the service department, when they rebuild the engine, they rebuild it to the original specs, right? If the original generator can do 12,000 hours or 18,000 hours, the rebuild engine will also do 12,000, 18,000 hours. So there was a unanimity that yes, the overall of engine is more technically challenging, right? Go to the next slide. I just mentioned about Poka Yoke. I don't have time to explain this. It's very important. This is something very close to my mind because I have taught quality and production management in business universities. So we can skip this. Next slide. This is the last slide. Saad should be happy. So good versus good and bad is a myth, right? Good and bad is a myth. Under equal condition, because all the factories, AXA is a ISO certified factory, so is Cummins factory, so is FD Wilson factory, so is Jan Bacher factory, so is Caterpillar factory. All the factories, they have the necessary ingredients within them, right? So if they have the necessary ingredient between them, then the man who is doing the job, his mentality, the person behind the machine, he is the most important, right? He makes it good or he makes it bad. Or it is our attitude towards total quality management. It is our attitude towards continuous improvement, right? And it is our national attitude. Most importantly, Japanese, they don't do a bad job. If they do 100 overalls, all 100 overalls would be perfect. They do it defect free, without defects. They follow Six Sigma, right? But we have a stain mentality, unfortunately, as Pakistanis. We don't do much good, but we are very good in labeling good or bad. So this is the topic of my presentation. I end it here. Thank you very much.